welcome to another episode of Real Awkward. I'm Amanda Knickerbocker.
I'm Andy Case.
Here we are.
That's the saddest intro we've ever done. Like, where's the fun? You're supposed to turn to me and be like, have you ever been jet skiing before?
That's really what you're asking me right now?
On this episode of Real Awkward, we're talking about something that's very near and dear to your heart.
Sure.
Candy canes. Various types.
Yeah, sure.
What's your favorite?
Regular.
What? What do you mean regular?
Regular peppermint candy canes are the best flavor.
Oh,
Are you really
regular.
going to argue that?
Regular. Mm-hmm. I don't like peppermint. Or
I don't like peppermint. It's too spicy for me.
I don't like it. Also, if you suck it, if you suck on
Suck
it,
one of those big stick ones.
it's like
Phallic. I know.
it's like a pointy object.
Yeah.
And it can cut
As a
your
kid,
tongue.
you're just like, ugh.
Yeah, so if you needed a shank, you just suck
I
on
will
a
say
candy
I
cane
had,
for a while.
I had one of like the stick ones
Yeah.
when I was young, and now I'm like, oh no, like
oh no,
that must have looked so bad.
a large stick
Because
candy
now I think I love candy canes. I would totally buy one of those, but I refuse to make eye contact.
cane. While you're taking down this.
Oh yeah,
candy
but
cane.
even in my mind of like, okay, I'm only gonna eat it
I'm holding
like
it with
at
two
night
hands.
in my house by myself, so
Yeah.
no one can see me. But even then, I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'll
By
eat 12
yourself.
candy canes.
I'm in a dark
before
room and I know someone through the curtains like.
I just know what it'll look
What's
like.
going on with that candy cane over there?
What's going on with that candy cane?
Yeah, so I feel like people look equally stupid just eating a jawbreaker.
Oh yeah, they're
You just-
gross.
Ow.
That's the thing.
Ow.
Those like
You can't put it all in your mouth, and people try. You always try to. You can't get it through your jaw,
freaking
and then you just
those
have to just,
people
like
who-
lick on one spot the entire
yeah, and then it ends up
time.
like a half dome. Like
yeah, that's not a jawbreaker over there
Yeah,
anymore.
the-
That's a half moon.
I get why these companies make these like oversized candy bars,
Yeah.
but especially ones where the main goal is just lick it.
Yeah,
The whole
It's
idea
like a salt lick.
to me, it's like
Wow.
that's just a sticky mess. Those
Yeah.
giant lollipops,
Yep.
I think they look so cool, but like
You can't eat that stuff.
No.
Normal.
No.
I mean,
and
at 35 years old, I'm just sitting on a park bench, just like,
I want a lolly.
hello,
Like
everyone. Yeah, I want a lolly.
yeah, like
Oh, that's dumb.
I think they're weird.
I think they're weird.
And I remember when we were kids, we always wanted like the giant sucker, or whatever my mom and dad was. She was like, absolutely not. I get it now.
Now you know why. As a parent,
Because
no sticky things at all in
well,
this
and
house.
you eat it also for like a day or two, and you're like, I don't want it anymore.
yeah, and it just sits there.
Yeah, and
Dumb.
it gets thrown away.
Well, there you go. Thank you guys for listening to Real Awkward.
The Candy Podcast.
What have you been up to?
Not much.
Seen any good movies lately?
I actually watched 2 newer movies.
Okay,
Um,
okay. The
at
Meg?
home, I don't get the Meg is good.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
sorry to interrupt.
The Meg is good.
Tell me what you were seeing.
On Disney Plus, they just put out Toy Story 4, so I just watched that.
Oh, that's right. I was saying because you caught up on Toy Story.
Yeah,
I thought it was a
actually-
great movie.
I liked it more than I liked Toy Story 3.
I think a lot of people are that way because I think Toy Story 3 is a little. It's like slash kid movies slash a thriller horror film
Well, it was also just kind of like
because the bear's creepy and
Yeah.
evil.
I don't know. I just liked the story a little bit better. And then I finally watched Joker.
So good. Joaquin Phoenix has all of a sudden turned into like super artsy, bougie dude, which is, I mean,
Well,
maybe he's always been that
I
way,
think he kind of has.
but that man just took home some Oscars for that performance.
I mean, just one.
No, I thought it was 2. Oh, maybe not him, but the Joker movie I thought took home a couple Oscars.
I don't
Just one?
know. I know he won the Golden Globe.
Fact check.
I think it won Best Adapted, Best Original Screenplay,
Oh.
or maybe the score. I think it won more than one. I know Parasite was like the big winner at the Oscars.
No, yeah, Parasite won the movie.
Which I haven't seen Parasite yet, but The Host is one of my favorite
Is
monster
it the
movies.
same director?
Yes.
Yeah. 2, right?
What,
What
it
were
went
they?
For?
Best achievement in music written for motion pictures.
Yep.
Music.
Best motion picture of the year.
What?
Oh, nominee. Sorry, nominee. Best performance by an actor in a leading role.
See, that's what
Okay.
it was. He won
Actor.
Best actor.
Men's.
Yeah. What, isn't it men's? Because there's
It's
actress
just
and actor.
actor and actress.
Oh, sorry. God, 2020.
I just that's what
so,
it's called.
anyway,
Yes.
so with
what-
Joker,
yes.
what did you think of Joker? Oh, controversial.
I liked it.
Okay, good.
I thought it was incredibly well made,
It doesn't mean anything if you say but.
but I would not say it's my favorite movie of the year.
Oh, movie of the year. Okay.
I would
okay.
not say it's my favorite movie at all.
Okay, well that's good.
I think it was
Got it.
fine. I think it was a little like heavy-handed in some things, like
Interesting.
we're gonna start a revolution. But I will
Oh,
say,
yeah, here's the end of it. Oh, by the
Yeah.
way, spoiler alert. Anytime we talk about movies, we don't care whether you've seen them or not. Figure
No.
it out yourself.
Yeah.
This is so dive deep.
I will say, I think it was good. I think his performance was great. I think that some of the stuff in it was awesome. I think it deserves people saying like this movie is incredible. I don't disagree. I don't love it, but I think my main issue
That
with
is
the movie
that's two
I
different
know.
sides
I
of that
know.
spectrum.
my
I don't
main-
disagree that that's incredible. I don't love it.
I think it's good.
Yeah,
I think it's really well done. I think
Yes.
the music and like some of the shots in the movie are amazing.
Okay, I got questions for you then. Okay.
Hold
Can
on,
I-
let me hold on. Hold
Okay,
on,
I
hold
want
on.
to peel this onion back a little bit.
I think that all of the people being like, it's gonna start riots. It's gonna
Oh,
start
yeah,
a
that was-
revolution.
mhm.
Stupid.
Sure, but that doesn't have to do with the film.
No.
That has to do with
I know
like
that.
people
I
in
know that.
society like
But
claiming
I think it's also one of those things
that
where
it promotes violence and
there's a few
yeah.
parts I did like, and there's
Yeah.
a few parts that like I was kind of like, meh. But I will say that I love the part where I don't want to like spoil too much.
No, just no
but,
one
like
cares.
after
Watch it.
with like the little guy and they're in his apartment and he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you can go. You've
Yeah,
always
yeah.
been nice to me.
Yeah.
And like, kisses him on the forehead. I
Yes.
was like, okay, I love that.
Okay, so this is my take, right?
Yeah.
So I'm watching this, and I think Joaquin Phoenix performance of like a man torn for two different reasons. One, his disability,
Sure.
right? Two, just the way society is treating him
Oh,
in general. That
Sure,
he's
they
right,
treat him like
different.
shit.
Right. So to see him go from his character, very vulnerable,
Mm-hmm.
like timid and whatever, to this turn when he dances in the bathroom. He's
Sure.
basically taking this turn into
Yeah.
Joker. I remember sitting there and being like, oh my God, like this is weirdly satisfying
Yeah.
to see this guy like break away from the mold. And I'm not trying to get like deep into
Sure.
like the commentary
He's
and
becoming
analytics.
something else.
But yes, and you were just kind of like, okay, man, this movie's like turning into something I didn't expect.
I was
Yeah.
actually reading a lot about that. That
Yeah.
scene in general, he's supposed to go into the bathroom and kind of have a breakdown, like
Yeah,
like
and
wash his hands,
Did
kind
he
of freak
do
out.
that on his own?
No, him
Oh.
and he went to the director and was like, "This is not how this scene would go." He was like,
Really?
"Uh-huh."
That's pretty amazing, though.
Yeah.
See, I wonder if he's like in the same field as the actors, like Edward Norton, that goes to the director every
Oh,
time he
you
shoots
know
a
he
scene, and
is.
he's like, I just don't
This was what
like
my
this.
character would do.
So then, did you ever watch the Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon? I don't know which one it was. He went on there promoting the movie, and then they showed a clip of him during a scene, like prepping for the scene, and he's like yelling at like the assistant director or cinematographer or something like that.
No.
And not yelling at him, but he's basically like sniping back at him. He's like, you know, you think you're funny and you call me names and stuff, and you're not even funny. And it like it made him seem like he was like a prima donna, like his acting style and
Yeah.
method act or whatever you want to call it. And they kind of brushed it off as if it was it was just part of the Kimmel show, and it was just
Yeah.
like a footage or a clip. But apparently, at least on there, Joaquin Phoenix was like, I didn't know you were going to show that. Like, that's really embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, that's me trying to be vulnerable and being in this acting role. And I don't know if it was there, but I'm curious how the set was
Oh,
when they were
sure.
filming that just stuff. So, aside from that,
Yeah.
I like, and again, spoiler alert, if you guys want to skip ahead, was it all in his mind?
Yes.
right?
So
So,
that is
that
one
part
thing-
is cool.
That is one thing I really liked is from the beginning they did establish, and the Joker as a whole, he's a liar.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
so the one thing I did like was that you kind of get to the end and you're like, is any of that real?
Well, it made me feel like Inception, where is the spinning top, right?
Yeah.
At the end is like, does the top fall over or not? And you don't know.
Sure. Is any of this story real?
Yeah.
Because the whole time they're calling him a liar, and like even the whole like the gun part where he actually got it.
Oh, sure,
and
sure,
like
yeah.
because you see the guy give it to him like, hey, I'm gonna help you out, but then he calls the guy out and says like, hey, so and so gave me this gun, and he's like, hey man, like I didn't give that to you, like.
Right.
So there's a lot of things that kind of like contradict themselves.
Yeah, I think if you rewatch the movie, I wonder if you would lean one way or another
Yeah.
per scene. But anyway, his performance was awesome.
Yeah.
I actually hated, when I originally saw the Joker, I hated the makeup and the look they were going for. And then I watched the
Yeah.
movie, and it was based in, I think, the late 70s or
Yes.
something like that. And I was like, okay, this all makes sense now. And I appreciated the character, his relationship with his mother, the Bruce Wayne stuff,
Yeah.
I like all of that. But when it was said and done, it was just an amazing performance from Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker.
I don't disagree.
Everybody has kept failing to be Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
And this was the first time that portrayal, even though it's not part of the cinematic universe, was like, that's a new take, and that was satisfying as a Joker role.
I think it worked.
That's me.
I think
That's
it worked
my
because
take.
he's not trying to be. They're
S-
not
you're right,
trying to have
someone
him be Heath
else.
Ledger.
Yes.
They're not trying to have him be like the new cool guy.
Right.
It's just like, this is the story I want to tell.
Yeah.
And it has next to nothing to do with Batman.
No, not at all. I mean, there are
There
nods to the
yes.
to the Wayne family, but yeah, you're right.
But I think
Mhm.
they show Bruce Wayne as a child, and then they show the Joker, and you're like, oh, so am I led to believe that in this universe the Joker's like 40 years older than
he's gonna-
Batman?
yeah,
like,
right. Yeah, so
no.
you have to,
And then I will say I had a really hard time. The scene where he goes to, I think it was Arkham, and has the guy get the file of his mother's.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the guy is like behind
Yeah.
the cage
Yeah,
glass.
Yeah.
And the Joker's able to like
steal it.
get it from him. I'm
Yeah.
like, this dude has 200 pounds on you, and
Yeah.
he's the one holding it. No way.
It just kind of
Like,
showed like that his determination was there whenever he wanted it to be.
But then,
But-
so he steals this thing from this guy,
Yeah.
and then he takes off running down the hallway,
Yeah.
and then he just stops in a stairwell
Yeah,
and
and then
starts
no
reading
one's
it,
chasing him anymore.
and he's just like laughing. It's like, no, you would have been caught.
Well, yeah. There's obviously in films there's
Sure.
far-fetched scenes,
Sure.
whatever. But
I thought it was.
it's
I thought it was
interesting
good.
though that you being
I didn't
me
like it as much as
knowing
you did.
you, I thought that you would come out of it being like, I love that Joker and I love that story. But maybe you were looking for more comic Joker?
Maybe.
Yeah. Because you love Joker.
Yes.
Like as just generally as a character, you are a huge Joker fan. You
'Cause
have a
he's just
tattoo
pure chaos.
of Harley Quinn and Joker
Yes.
on your back. So
Um,
yes, you are
so
a big fan.
it's a whole back piece.
It's
No,
a
it's
whole
not.
like a dragon.
Just
Like,
face.
it's just wings.
Yeah.
like Steve-O.
God. I
Yeah.
like the chaos. I like,
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Okay.
but
Okay.
I thought it was good. I didn't like it as much as you did.
So going back.
I was gonna say that being said, he's not my favorite Joker. I think
okay,
that might be
yes.
why.
So going back from the Jokers. Okay.
Yes.
So let's just like going back from this
Start
Joker.
from the top.
Go all the way back
Yes.
in chronological order.
Yes. So you
In
have
reverse. Your next one is Jared Leto's Joker.
Blah. God. It was too
that was
much.
that was his style. And then he didn't have the smile, he just had it on his hand.
That was stupid.
I mean, he still had the smile.
And then he had like the face tattoos.
He just looked
and
like
the
he
grill.
it looked like he had gold chiclets in his mouth. It wasn't
Oh, it looked bad.
it wasn't intimidating. I didn't like him as a character. I think a lot of people were like, ugh. And I know he wanted to do something different, like he was a crime lord, right? You know,
Yeah.
like the Prince of Crime,
And I
Joker.
got that. I got that.
And I think they hit that on the mark, but his character, all he did was just elevate Harlequin as a character.
Sure. Well, then
Yes.
you have the part. Apparently, they cut a lot of his stuff out of the movie.
That's what he claims too. Jared Leto's like, there was so much more of me in that, in my character portrayal.
I didn't like it he was boring, and then kind of just like the way he talked,
It was way more like creepo in the back of the club, just
trying to
chilling.
be Elvis.
Yeah, just
like-
kind of like, you know.
And then he was like, "I'm just gonna hurt you real bad." Like weird.
Yeah,
Like,
he had these. Yeah, he had these weird, these weird jump, like flip flop, like from
Yeah.
his character. But this was weird, right? I don't think it's Jared Leto's fault. I think they didn't know what the hell they were doing because they were like,
Agreed.
"Do we have a DC
Suicide
universe?"
Squad was a hot mess to begin
Yeah,
with.
do we have a DC universe? Who's directing it? The
Oh.
directors, I don't know if they dropped out, but I feel like they
what
had some
15th
issues.
company is gonna recut this movie?
Yeah, like how? Yeah, exactly. Right. Then they had there's the Snyder cut for Justice League,
Supposedly, there's a
apparently,
Snyder Cut.
and then there was also this same thing where there was another cut that the director, I don't know who did Justice League, but that the director
You mean Suicide
wanted
Squad?
or Suicide Squad.
Well, didn't they have? Okay, so from what I understand, with Suicide Squad, they had the company who did the trailer recut the whole movie.
Yes. So after they
A
watched
company
it,
who makes trailers.
yeah, they screened it and then they
Which
turned it into
the
just
trailer
like.
was great.
Well, they made it just like an epic trailer, which is
Yeah.
why the whole ending doesn't have any meat
It's just
to
like
it.
it's over.
It's just highlight reel, highlight reel, highlight reel, highlight reel.
Skybeam, it's over.
Yeah, yes, that was it. And then you had Will Smith, and his character is supposed to continue.
Yeah.
And so now, and this is going off on a tangent from the Joker,
Always.
but now you've got another Suicide Squad movie happening with the same characters, but not the same like story.
The sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess Harley Quinn is still in it. Captain Boomerang is still in it. Like there's
Really?
yeah. And Will Smith though no longer. Now they're Idris Elba I think is the
Is gonna be
new
Deadshot?
Yeah.
It's too
So
bad.
it's just weird.
Deadshot is I
Yeah.
love the Suicide Squad comics.
It's like instantly a reboot. But anyway,
Yeah.
they threw Batman in there and they had these scenes for the Joker just to be with
Yeah.
Batman. So I think Jared Leto never got his solo movie. And maybe we would have thought it was more entertaining.
no.
But I didn't like his design, and no one did. The tattooed
Post Malone face tattoos. I fucking hated
yes,
it.
Joker.
I hated it.
So before him is Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger?
Right?
I think so, right?
There was not another Joker portrayed.
I mean, you could count like some animated stuff.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Mark
few
no one's gonna beat Mark
we're
Hamill's
not
Joker's
we're not at
amazing.
Mark Hamill yet,
Yeah.
okay? There have been other
Yeah.
random. I know like Joe DiMaggio did like one in like a Batman like cartoon movie.
Yeah, but
But-
films, right? Just Joker films.
If you're talking like big ones, I think Heath Ledger would have been the next Joker.
Yeah.
And I mean, undeniably, he's a great Joker. I think sometimes it's like God level. Heath Ledger is the best.
Right.
And I don't think he's a
Yeah.
bad Joker at
Yeah.
all. But I think you know because he died and stuff, people don't want to talk ill about it or whatever.
Yeah. Is
Um,
there things about his performance that you didn't like as the Joker?
No,
Okay.
but I
Yeah.
think it's not this like best performance of all time. Nobody
See,
can compare.
I think I'm on the other camp. I think that Heath Ledger's performance is the best Joker that has ever been portrayed on the silver screen.
I agree with you.
And
Like live action Joker, I think
and his
he was great.
and his pure embodiment of chaos.
Yes.
No consequences.
Yes.
Chaos was amazing.
Yes.
The scene where he turns Aaron Eckhart bad
Oh,
in the hospital is amazing.
yeah.
And apparently, while they were shooting that scene, they finished the scene up, right? Going crazy. He's got the gun to his head or whatever, and he's just like,
Yeah.
do what you're gonna do, whatever. And after they're done, Heath Ledger looks at Aaron Eckhart and he's like, "That's acting." Like after they finished the scene, like
Yeah.
it's like he knew that they were doing something special.
Yeah.
And
I will say, like, The Dark Knight is an incredibly. That whole movie in general, I think, was incredible. Like,
Yeah, it
the
was-
directing was great,
it's
the acting was
awesome
great,
film.
the
It's an
story was
awesome
so well
film,
done.
yeah.
So I think that, you take something that's already elevated to a different level.
just the film in general, not even
Yes.
Joker. Yeah.
And then you
yeah.
put his performance in there
Yeah.
with this incredibly well written and well
Yeah.
kind of fleshed out character. I think that you have the making for a legendary kind of
Yeah.
villain.
I have a problem with that movie though, is that I felt like, and everybody says that it ended the way it was supposed to. I feel like there was supposed to be something more
It's a little rushed.
because the Joker just hangs. He just hangs.
Yeah, he's done. It's just like, okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
And there was you don't see him any. You see no
I agree with you.
You don't see. I feel like that would have been an after the credits scene where he breaks out or something like
All
that.
you need is another Joker card on something.
Something
To let her
just
know
to-
he's still out there.
to continue with it. But
I
the
agree.
fact that Batman catches him and then he hangs him from the tower and
And
he's
he's
just
like, "We're done
swinging
with the Joker.
with the
Bye-bye."
dogs, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's instantly Aaron Eckhart and Two-Face. Like
Yeah.
Heath Ledger, and that's why I think I call BS when they say, "Oh no, that was how we wanted to end it." I was
No.
like, no, you guys either missed footage, never shot footage, lost
Something
footage,
happened.
something along those lines. But
Yeah.
but I mean, talking about him generally as the Joker, Heath Ledger. I don't think anything compares to Heath Ledger. Not saying the other actors didn't portray
Correct.
Joker in a good way. He's still just my top.
I think
Yeah.
everything worked for that. I think his obviously his acting was great, and I think that the writing was great in where every time he was like, "You want to know I got these scars?" It was different,
Yeah.
and it
Oh,
was
yeah.
it was Otter Pops.
Yeah, 'cause he's-
and I love that meme, dude.
Oh,
And
shit.
I think that the effects that they had on his face, like the prosthetic,
Yeah, the fact that it was just scars.
it looked incredible.
You know how I got these scars?
I think it was great.
They were just, yeah.
And then him in the nurse's costume was
Oh,
awesome.
it was fantastic. And I loved his.
Yeah, it was almost yucky, and
Always
his face
licking.
always looked wet.
Well, just because like he has these scars, so you can't really like close your mouth well. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you have like saliva. It's just kind of with that acting, and
I will
yeah,
say,
it
like,
was fun.
One of his main introduction, like, is with like those crime guys.
Oh,
and
yeah, no, yeah,
he
the
does, like,
rooftop
You want to
heist.
see a trick like with the pencil? Like,
Oh, yeah.
you're just kind of like, who the hell? What?
Yeah, what is going
Like-
on with this Joker guy?
Cool, because first I think the movie starts with him in the bank. The bank.
Yeah,
heist.
he has one of the masks on,
Yes.
and then he tells everybody else to kill each other.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he's the only one left
Yeah.
holding the money, and he leaves. But I love he's got no backstory in that film.
Yeah.
Nothing. He just shows up, and it's just like, here is chaos incarnate.
Yes.
Like, it was awesome.
Yeah.
So I have to give it to Heath Ledger, and I'm not even on the Heath Ledger bandwagon because of
No.
his death. It's a great performance.
Oh,
and I will argue.
agree.
I will argue with a lot of people that are, that don't dig it as much. But Joaquin Phoenix it's just different. It's just
It's a different character.
different character,
Like-
different feeling. The fact that he has the laugh as a medical condition is a very different thing.
I actually
so,
thought that was a really cool way to play
yeah,
that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep. But then he embraces it, and then you realize when is he actually laughing and when is he not, and that's the coolest part of that
Yeah.
performance is that you start to think about these things. Is he like now? Is he really laughing about that scenario or whatever?
No, I think
So crazy,
I
yeah.
think Heath Ledger's Joker is the best like movie Joker.
Sure. Okay, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
I think for me, next chronologically, I think the greatest Joker of all time
Yeah.
is Mark Hamill.
Okay, I have to agree, mainly because the Arkham series
Yes.
is the best portrayal of the Joker,
I think
bar none.
I think the Arkham series is some of the best video game series. Period.
Yeah, not counting just acting and portrayal of characters. The
Because
series is amazing.
I also
yeah.
personally think Kevin Conroy is the best Batman.
No, when I hear his voice, that's Batman.
He's Batman.
That's Batman. So I know if you're not talking live action, but you're right. Nobody does Joker's voice
Oh my
like
god.
Mark Hamill, and a lot of people didn't know it was him
Well,
for a long time.
he has a
Yeah.
huge resume
Yeah.
of voice acting.
Oh, it's epic. He's
Yes.
fantastic.
He's an incredible voice
Yeah.
actor.
Did he do Batman VR as well? Did he do the voice for Batman VR?
I believe so
think
because
so.
it was at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, because maybe it's
I'd
from
have
the
to
same
I'd have
guys.
to look it up. But
Oh, you're right. And I just start thinking about it. And it's like, man, that character's so cool
oh,
in those
man.
games.
Like Batman the animated series is, in my opinion, the best Batman. Period.
it's funny because I just hate the art style. Everybody looks like a triangle with legs.
I love Art Deco. and
Yeah,
so
it's one of those things where I'm just like, but then again, during that same time, Spider-Man's villains took on that same look too.
Yeah.
This was the Fox Kids period, wasn't it? Yeah. I agree with you though. Like those series are amazing. They're
so good.
fantastic.
And the Super Nintendo game is great.
And Batman and Robin is actually from that, right? This one, the game behind you, is that from the TV show?
Okay, I've never played the one on the Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
The one on the Super Nintendo is the Adventures of Batman and Robin. It is after the animated series.
Yeah, that's the same one. So I think they
Oh,
were. I
I'm
think
literally there
yeah,
right now.
I think they were the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
So
Sorry, I thought you still had the Sega thing
No,
up
no,
there.
no, no, no. But so I know
Um,
I absolutely agree with you
Yeah.
that to try to trump Mark Hamill's
His laugh
voice,
is just so creepy.
iconic. The problem is you can't dress him up as the Joker. He's squatty.
No, I
He
know.
looks like he still uses the Force.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing you can do to get him out of
Oh,
that.
that guy
You'd be
uses the
like,
Force.
that's Luke Skywalker going.
Yeah.
It's Halloween night and he dressed as the
Yeah,
Joker.
no,
like, you wouldn't.
yes.
Yeah, you couldn't do it. So after that is Jack Nicholson.
I think so, right?
Right? The only other Joker portrayal is from the Batman TV show.
Yes.
And
We'll
that
get to him in a minute.
Yeah. But Jack Nicholson, no one else has the face for the Joker like that guy.
His face is right. Like,
yes.
He's got the chin. He's got yeah.
the smile,
Mm-hmm.
everything's in there. And I don't even know how they did the prosthetics on him, but I
Oh,
think
yeah, they
I
have
think
that,
they pulled it more on his face. Yeah.
Yeah.
But his story's cool too. Like he sends out a toxin that makes everyone smile. Like it's epic. Like there was some
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
really cool, and that was
And
Tim
that
Burton.
hugely long gun.
Yeah,
that he,
yeah, that he pulls out of his pants, and he's just like he doesn't give a shit. Like Batman's
Mm-hmm.
coming at him, and he's just like, "I'm just gonna take you out with this gun," which is funny because then they replayed that same scene. So in that first one, Batman's in his ship.
Yeah. Flying
In,
down.
yeah, in Dark Knight, Batman's on his motorcycle, but he's going straight at Joker, and Joker
Oh.
does the same thing.
Yeah.
They play chicken.
Yeah.
In the street, and those are just iconic scenes
Yeah.
from it. But Jack Nicholson, man, his eyes look evil.
Yeah.
He looks
He's
like
the most conniving,
yeah,
evil.
Yeah, that version of the Joker. And I think a lot of people like him. Mainly, I think the 80s, it was 89, but the 80s did something gritty to the Joker that
yeah.
you don't get out of the other films. Like, even though Dark Knight's awesome, it's a billion-dollar blockbuster.
Yeah.
Versus Batman 1989 was like, dude, let's try making a Batman movie.
Yeah.
Like, you got this dark 1920s feel.
Yes.
And it's not like that in any of the other films. So he plays like a great, crazy ass gangster,
Yeah.
right? And he falls in the vat. Nobody else falls in the vat, right? Oh, no, Jared Leto's does.
Well,
Doesn't he?
Harley Quinn does.
No, that doesn't show Jared Leto falling in the chemicals?
I don't remember.
See, but I remember that feels more iconic for him, for Jack Nicholson. Did he, and this is really tough, in all of these freaking Batman movies, sometimes they think Joker's the one that shot his parents, and sometimes they don't. In canon, it's not.
No.
But in some of the movies, they
is.
like
Well, in Batman,
allude
the Tim
to
Burton
it.
Batman,
Yeah.
he is.
Right.
So, but then in Joker, it's not.
And it's not in actual canon. Like, it's just some.
Yeah.
That's why Batman's pissed, because like crime just
Random.
ran rapid during the.
No. So I think, I don't know.
So do you
dude,
think Jack Nicholson is worth a top 3 spot?
Yeah.
Like, I would say it would, to me, Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson. No, I might go Heath Ledger, Mark Hamill's portrayal,
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson, and then better than Jared Leto is the guy that played the TV show, and I forget
Cesar
his name.
Romero?
Cesar Romero. But the problem is he had a mustache.
That they covered with white grease paint.
Yes, and so he's kind of just like goofy looking.
Yeah.
But it's funny because he's so iconic, like 1940s, 30s. Wait, no. When did Batman come out? 30s?
I think it was.
Or
I
40s?
think that show was done in the 60s.
No. I mean the comics.
Oh, I don't
30s
know.
or 40s,
Yeah, 30s, 40s,
something
I
like
don't
that.
know.
But that whole like hokey, like I'm the Joker. Oh,
Yeah.
here's a bomb. Like that was his.
He was definitely
That
more
was
of the
his-
clown.
Yes.
And
yeah.
that's
No
definitely.
one's ever done a clown. Like a clown. Like I came from the circus and I am the Joker. Right.
Yeah, they definitely I would say Batman, the Adam West Batman,
Yeah.
played him more as a jokey clown.
Yeah. I agree.
And I don't think that's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can definitely see how things are taken now.
Right.
The Jack Nicholson version still has a little goofiness.
Yes.
He's very
yeah.
campy.
Yeah. Ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
He's very campy, but he's still scary.
He,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
He's
yeah, he's,
still
yeah,
that
I'm still
scary.
afraid of him
Mhm.
if he came at me in a dark alley.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger's not as much. Like I'm not as afraid of that one. It's just more like,
He
oh,
would
this
be like-
guy's off.
Like, don't look at the homeless man.
Yeah,
honey.
yeah,
Like,
this guy's
come
off.
on.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a promotional scene or what, but it's Joker is sitting on the bench in the cell and he's just clapping.
That's right after Commissioner Gordon. That's right after
Yeah.
Gary Oldman gets made commissioner.
Right. And that was like that
That's
scene.
creepy.
Yeah. Yeah. That was Heath Ledger. Like some of Heath Ledger's best performances, those moments where you just like gave him a moment to just like look at him
He knew.
and let him.
He definitely knew how to like command the entire scene.
Yeah. It was epic. And this was Heath Ledger coming off of 10 Things I Hate About You and The Knight's, what's it called? The
Knight's Tale.
Knight's Tale and some other movies, right? So everyone's like, oh, Heath Ledger's the Joker. Nah, not
He
interested.
had done like Brokeback Mountain,
That's a
but, like-
weird one to come off of, too.
but like I
Yeah.
mean, he had a lot of space
Yeah.
in between. But like he hadn't had, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like he didn't have like a huge.
Yeah.
I feel like he didn't have. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like a huge like blockbuster hit.
Never did. Well,
Right.
honestly, out of all of his films, I don't think anything was like, Heath Ledger's the guy. And then, of course, his passing, and he was immortalized.
the
He was
guy.
immortalized as the Joker.
Yes.
I'm curious what that audition was like. Heath Ledger playing the Joker was like. So
Yeah.
it's just crazy. But yeah, Jared Leto, dude. Right, this was right after not right after, but Heath Ledger, and they gave it
He
a
was
beat.
just the next
and
guy. to
everyone
play
was
it.
like,
Right.
I think he was screwed no matter what character he played.
I think anybody playing the Joker is gonna be up to a certain amount of scrutiny.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing as you have even just you have Jack Nicholson, and then you have Heath Ledger.
Yep.
Your performance has to be as good, or
Yeah.
people are gonna be like, "Get out of here."
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's it.
And
That's
so
it.
I think you're destined to fail.
Well, but then Joaquin Phoenix comes in.
But that's what I mean is now you have it be like, "Well, we had that piece of shit. So what
Well,
are you gonna do?"
Maybe that was it, though, is that we appreciated Joaquin Phoenix's Joker because it was the rebound from what we got with Jared Leto, and we were like, okay, thank God we're closer
Yeah.
to the Joker than before.
But I also think it's also hard because I feel like Joker is its own category, man. It's an origin story, but it's not a superhero movie, and it's not.
You're right. It is not, and they went in that way.
It's almost like a psychological thriller.
It is.
It has.
It's closer to that. Yeah.
At the end of the day, there's nothing to do with Batman.
No, yet.
Right. But
Well, I
just
wonder
mean, like,
what will you do and how will you go from there now that they're independent movies. And DC already said, movies going forward, we're not going to worry about connecting their universes anymore. We just want to tell good stories.
because they're like, please God, watch our movies.
Yeah, because Marvel, they made it work, but that was, oh my God, the years of planning to get
Oh yeah.
10 years of movies all together. I mean, they had a huge,
And I don't mind that. I don't
Because
mind them just being like,
it's just something-
listen, we
yeah,
just want
fun.
to tell a story.
yeah.
And
And I think that worked. And who is the director of that one? Some comedy director? What is that guy's name? He was some
Todd
comedy.
Phillips.
Yeah, no. Yeah?
I think so.
What did he do? I forget. What was the
There,
last one he did?
I don't know. I don't remember. He did a weird comedy
Producer, what did he do? Todd Phillips.
before.
I know everybody's listening knows already, but
Not us.
I don't
We're
have it.
dummies.
I'm trying to think of other Jokers that were portrayed. I mean, I've been a gamer for a long time, so
Oh.
so there's Jokers that were portrayed in.
The Hangover.
Oh,
that's
there you
right.
go. Right, you go from The
Um,
Hangover to this. Like,
I will say, did you ever watch Gotham?
yes,
The kid who plays the Joker in
yes.
that,
What do you
he's in
think?
more stuff now.
Yeah. Ian,
He was in the new Star Wars.
your mic just fell out of nowhere.
Pushed it.
Oh, there you go. Whoopsies.
Whoopsie. He's in Shameless. And
Yeah,
he's also in the Star Wars game.
Oh, that's right. I just picked that up.
I want to play it. I've heard it's great.
Yeah. What,
Uh,
forget what it's called.
So that kid plays the Joker, and his portrayal of the Joker is really good.
Yeah, and I guess and spoiler alert, but I haven't even seen it. I've just heard this is that they go back and forth whether he is, whether he isn't, whether he is, whether he isn't. Like they don't really reveal because he's
No,
like they do reveal it. Oh, okay. I need to watch it because I thought Gotham was good. I loved the Penguin And I love the guy that was starting to be the Riddler, but I haven't gotten that far
Yeah.
to see him turn into
I
him. So.
I haven't watched like start to finish, but like so you see him first and you're like, that kid's the Joker. Like,
Right.
He's the Joker.
Right.
And then he kind of comes back and
Yeah, I was gonna
forth
say
a
they
little
kill
bit.
him off, and then he's not really dead, or
But then
he has a brother or something.
they like bring him back
Right.
and they're like, he's the Joker now.
So they call him the Joker in it? Because I thought that was the thing. They never actually say he's the Joker in it.
I don't remember. It's been like 2 years
There's
since
a
I
lot.
watched it.
Yeah.
But I liked it. But I also really like. There was I don't know if it's still even being made, but there was a series of comics for a while. It was like GCPD. It was like Gotham,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Police.
Yeah.
and that's really what Gotham was pretty much.
Right.
And I really liked it because
No, it was cool.
it wasn't
I
always
like
just
the
about
TV show a lot.
like Batman.
and then Batwoman came out, and I heard it's not great.
oh, I haven't even.
I heard it's not great.
I
Not to
noticed
be a
that.
Batman podcast.
I mean. It
So
could
is
be.
that there no other Jokers I can think of right now that were portrayed
Are we missing any big
at,
ones?
at
Actually?
least iconically? But
Oh, the
that's
Lego Joker.
That's great. That's great.
That was
These-
good. Zach Galifianakis. I thought his Joker was really cute.
Yeah, but I mean the Lego movies in general, from Lego movie to
love the
Batman
Lego movies.
Lego movie, they're just funny.
They're so good.
And they're really and like the adult jokes that are in it, kind of the little
yeah.
tongue in cheek stuff, like that's all funny. But yeah.
I
Yeah.
really, I actually, I love Lego Batman.
I
I
have abs.
love it. I only work in black and really dark gray. I really liked like the Lego Joker character design.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think he
yeah.
looked really cool.
Yeah, I know they looked. I mean, the Lego, it's like its own genre. It
If
feels
you've
like
never
now,
watched the
but
Lego movies, you gotta watch
yeah,
them.
they're really good.
I mean,
they're worth it for sure.
They are so good.
Yeah, they're worth
I
it
love
for
them.
sure. Yeah.
But
All right. So out of
I think so.
everybody, your favorite Joker then?
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
But just because like I love the comics and stuff like
Yeah.
so
Do you think they'll bring a Joker back, or do you think Joaquin Phoenix will continue to play him in a sequel?
I would have a hard time seeing Joaquin Phoenix do a sequel.
I think they're talking about it right now. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. See, because now everyone's looking up to him as the
Like he Carrie DC
Yeah. Yeah.
Superman in his weird silly CGI non-mustache couldn't help us.
It looks so bad.
Oh, it's like
Yeah.
wonky.
No, I'm curious to see where they take him because I think I loved his origin story. So now that they got that out of the way,
They're gonna fuck it up.
what can,
They're gonna.
it's very possible they will
They'll be
absolutely
like,
screw it
he's
up.
the
yeah.
golden goose now, but it's just gonna be like.
Yeah, sequels rarely.
Well, because what are they
hit
gonna do?
Home.
Have him start his kind of criminal empire?
I think what they'll do is he will go back to others that he feel are being mistreated,
I
and
guess.
and somehow because he appreciates at the end of the movie he loved the attention
Oh yeah.
that he was getting because remember he wanted to be at least in this film
Murray Franklin.
he wanted to be a comedian
Yeah.
and he wanted to like be on the talk show and whatever, right? So he wanted to garner that attention. So I kind of think like that's where they'll go, and that's why he just is like, love me, cherish me, and I will like be your
guy.
leader, yeah, or something like that. I can see it going that way. I don't see him like getting further crazy because he kind of just went there already.
I don't
guess.
see him leaning into like the criminal mastermind part
Right.
of the Joker.
Right, that's
like the
not
arms
yeah,
dealer
yeah,
part or whatever.
Yeah,
There were-
I agree.
I do have 2 questions for you.
Yes,
Issues I had with Joker.
yes.
Sorry.
Do ask.
Number 1. What the hell was the scene where he just climbs into the fridge?
Why am I
He
not remembering
literally
that?
is like he's in the kitchen and he just like pulls everything out of the fridge
And he just
like,
climbs in there
gets
just-
in
just
and
to be
shuts
cold?
the door.
When did that scene happen? I'm forgetting when it was. Early? It was after he had
I
turned.
think it was when his mom was in the hospital.
Oh, is it when he was kind of going through a mental breakdown because he thought?
That's the whole movie.
No, no. I mean, like right after he found out about Bruce.
I think so.
So I get. I mean, it's just
It
weird.
was just
yeah.
kind of like, what?
It's
just
you know what it's
happened?
doing. His heart's becoming cold. That's what's happening.
I think you're just seeing him like you're
It's
like,
a metaphor.
Oh, mentally, he's
Yeah,
not.
he's gone.
It
What
was
the
just kind
other?
of like what?
What was the other
Okay,
scene?
this was a major issue I had.
Okay.
Okay, so obviously the man in the clown mask is like blah 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 New York, taking over New York, whatever.
Yeah.
So what? I'm just expected to believe that all of these random, obviously non-corporate costume stores had like millions of these like clown masks.
It's the same thing in V for Vendetta. Like all
No,
these people,
he
right?
mailed all those out.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Well, yeah. So they just
I'm
found
just
it.
expected to believe like
Well, it's
these were mass produced, but like
1970s dollar store. Maybe that was the style.
they had that many.
Yeah, but see, people were
No.
when you look at them, were they all the same mask, or did it
Yes.
look like they were homemade?
Same mask.
Yeah, that part's a little kooky. But maybe
I
somebody,
just don't buy it from a business standpoint.
maybe somebody was marketing it.
I'm
in
not.
the
I'm
film.
just. I know. I'm just.
agree.
Like,
I get it. I don't
picking.
understand as a business perspective.
And I will
Okay,
say one scene that,
I'm gonna
like,
give you both of those scenes. I get it.
One thing that John and
Yeah.
I actually laughed about is like the scene in the subway where he slips away from the cops.
Yeah.
And then the one cop's getting the shit kicked out of him, and like he takes the mask off and he goes like, and like
Oh,
walks
yeah,
away.
and then walks away.
It's just kind of like
That's when he
What?
started to get kooky.
that's when he started was like, oh, I can enjoy this.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
my life's a comedy.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. You dive back into any of these movies,
Oh,
and there's
sure.
probably these scenes where you're just like, what?
There's tons of like plot holes in every movie.
But
I
as a
mean,
whole, I would love to see more of this Joker. I appreciate anybody who has tried to be the Joker before, even if they failed.
No.
And really, out of everybody, it was really just Jared Leto that people weren't very hyped on.
yeah.
And the performance, and it might be the filmmaker's fault, or it might be that we didn't see enough to understand his story, but his character design fell flat.
Ugly.
That's the
Ugly,
problem.
ugly,
it
ugly.
wasn't even white. He looked like he was in silver paint
It was
or something, and yeah, his
weird.
teeth were goofy, and his hair, like, he had weird style.
They were trying too hard to be like hip, cool Joker.
The problem
the
is,
kids are gonna love it.
Yeah, yes.
It'll sell a lot of toys.
Joker for the kids.
Yeah, like
All right, fair.
the cool kids will like him.
I think what you got out of that movie was Harley Quinn, like I said before.
Oh yeah.
You got her out of there. Then she just did the Birds of Prey movie, which I like, and I think you should check it out.
I do want to watch it.
I think you'd
I've
enjoy
heard
it.
it's good.
It's about her. She breaks up with the Joker, and then this is her doing her own thing now. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
How they like put it together. So.
Cool.
Well, I'm gonna say that's about enough of us joking around today.
Oh my god.
I can't take it back.
No, you can't.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Where can people find us, Manna?
Instagram at Real Awkward Podcast, and then you have a YouTube channel.
I do. Pac-Man Case. Check me out if you like video games.
But that's what we got. So
And
thank
you can listen to us on Spotify.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Spotify.
yeah. Tell us what you guys think about the Joker.
Yeah, who's your favorite Joker?
Who is your favorite Joker? And did we miss a Joker? Because for some reason, I feel like there's like some Joker floating around there that we completely spaced on.
I mean, we might have like if you're gonna count like the animated movies.
Yeah.
I'm sure I know there's a ton of different voice
stuff in there.
actors.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, if there's like a glaring one that we missed,
Do tell.
no. But I don't know if we're there.
With that said, as always,
Goodbye.
bye.